How's it going, everyone? This is Darius and Carmen Britt here with Wealth Nation, and we want to talk to you about how did we get started with Infinite Banking.
It was a long journey, I'd say, for us to find the nirvana that we're in.
Mm-hmm.
But Darius and I were corporate professionals for almost 10 years.
Mm-hmm.
So I worked in sales and also the construction industry,
Mm-hmm.
and just really started thinking like, man, maybe there's something else that I should be doing with my life. And Darius was...
in industrial engineering.
Yeah.
I was working in oil and gas in Houston, Texas.
Yeah. So we thought that we were checking all the boxes that you're supposed to do when society says this is what success looks like.
We were checking all the boxes.
Yeah, we tried our damnedest to check all the boxes. So we went to college to get higher education, and then we got corporate jobs. Sweet, we got benefit packages. Mommy, you don't have to worry about my health insurance because I have health insurance, and invested in our retirement accounts and the stocks as well. And just thought that we were living the life. Oh, and we bought a house.
Yep.
Yeah, we
New cars.
Bought a house, 2 new cars. We're very great stewards of credit. You know, we were having activity, paying everything back, and we just thought that we were doing what we were supposed to do.
Yep. We have amazing credit, by the way.
Yeah. But it just got to the point where we were like, we can't keep doing this over and over and over again. And I'm so sick of waking up to this job that I don't really enjoy. And it really just got to the point where we were like, we have to do something else. Mm-hmm. And so that something else was...
real estate investing.
Exactly. So go ahead.
So we got into real estate investing while we were in Houston. We kind of toe dipped a little bit because we were still doing our corporate jobs. But yeah. Carmen got an amazing opportunity with her company to move to Scottsdale, Arizona. So we moved out to Arizona for her job. And I was in oil and gas. Of course, we know a few years ago it wasn't the greatest of industries to be in, but we thought it was a good opportunity to start our own business. Yeah. So we got started in real estate investing. If you're familiar with real estate investing, what we started out doing wholesaling, where we would get a note and then sell that note to another investor, and they would do the fix and flips. We enjoyed that, but we thought there was a little more that we can do, that we could, sink our teeth in a little bit. So HGTV never talks about wholesaling. So we thought that, okay, we do fix and flips, then we'll be doing $100,000 deals and $15,000 deals or what have you. It wasn't necessarily the case. The houses were just as expensive, but the cash there wasn't as much as we would have liked. So we did about 8 or 9 deals, and at that point we started doing hard money lending. Hard money lending is we would lend our funds 80% of after repair value, and the fix and flipper or the investor would take care of the difference. We enjoyed that because we didn't have to go in and say, hey, you painted this wrong, or in there late at night doing demos and things of that nature. We enjoyed that piece of it. We enjoyed the managing the funds. So what happened was, do you want to
go ahead?
So what happened was we were using private money lenders to invest in, to do these hard money lending. And a lot of our investors, they wanted to know exactly, and as they should, this was completely normal. They want to know updates on what's going on with the property. We may have the funds for a year, but still we want to keep in contact with them and let them know exactly, okay, this is what your money's doing right now. This is where we are in this project. This is under contract and we're going to sell it. But then we started working with an investor that gave us a ton of money, and he gave it to us for 5 years. An amazing interest rate. And he said, now if you keep this money for 5 years, if you pay me back early before 2 years, then I'm going to charge you a fee for paying it back early. And we thought that was very different from what we were used to doing. So, of course, we want to say, okay, so how are you able to write this check to us and you don't want it back for 2 years? What we now understand is he was using his insurance policies to lend to us to invest, and he recaptured that money in interest payments that we made to him.
Yeah. And not only just he was using the money from his policies, but he was very much acting like a bank.
Mm-hmm.
Because what happens when we get loans from the banks is they give us, 60-month terms, meaning 5 years, and sometimes there's a prepayment penalty. Mm-hmm. And the reason why they want you to hold on to the money for a long period of time is because that's more interest that they're able to collect over a longer period of time.
Volume.
Exactly. So he was acting in the exact same way. So for us, we're thinking, sweet, we have this money that we can keep flipping and doing more deals. But he was like, sweet, I'm collecting interest for 5 years.
Right.
So that really opened up our eyes because, like Darius said, his characteristics were different than the other private money lenders. Mm-hmm. Where some of our lenders were like, "Where's the money? Where's the money? Where's the money?" He was like, he wrote us a check. We never heard from him. So it really just made us sit back and think, like, "Whoa, what's going on here?" Mm-hmm. And so we just started paying more attention to this investor, networking with him, surrounding ourselves with he and his family, and just really understanding exactly what it was that they were doing.
Mm-hmm.
So from that, we found out that he's an infinite banker.
Yep.
So he's been in the industry for over 40 years, and his family is in the business as well. And so we just said, hey, we got to start doing this.
Yep.
So we got our first policy in October of, I think it was 2016.
Yeah.
And then in December, Darius and I got licensed to be insurance agents. Mm-hmm. Because as we were infinite bankers and recapturing our payments, our debt payments back to ourselves, we just thought like, oh my gosh, why don't people know about this? And so it really just became a mission for Darius and I to just try to empower people with this knowledge, because we've learned so many creative financing ways throughout the real estate environment that we wanted to bring that to the table as well. Because, when you're no longer doing things that along the status quo lines and understanding all the different opportunities that there are out there for you, infinite banking came along and we were like, absolutely, we have to get into this.
Yeah. And our position on it is that we want to, anytime we need any financial, if we ever need any finances, we want to be able to get it from our family, and those payments that we make back, we want it to go back to our family, not a financial institution like a bank or whatever it is. So whenever we need a loan, everyone in our family, we have insurance policies. So we would meet and then discuss, okay, someone needs a new car or a kid's going to college. We would put our policies together. And then we have a discussion on, okay, this is the money that's going to be coming back to the family.
Yeah.
So what we want to do is create our own system within our family so that whenever we need funds, we don't have to go anywhere. We just collectively come together, brothers and sisters and our parents.
Exactly. Keep the money moving in the family.
Exactly.
That's the name of the game. So we just wanted to share that story with you because a lot of people ask us how we found about infinite banking. Mm-hmm. And long story short, from corporate to real estate to infinite banking, and here we are.
Yeah.
And we actually dialed back our real estate business simply for the fact of we want to be able to fund the deals ourselves through our banking policies, through our banking system. So until we build that system up enough where we can start taking over houses 100%, then we're going to totally get back in real estate and investing that way. But for us right now, we're just having a ton of fun spreading the word and teaching people how to leverage whole life insurance policies so that they can become their own source of financing.
Real estate isn't the only thing that you can use your policies for. You can use it for whatever business you have. We actually use our policies for this business. Yeah. We pay our monthly expenses on a quarterly basis using our policies, and we pay ourselves back with interest.
Yeah. So the name is infinite banking for a reason. The money, the cash value that's growing inside your policy can be used for you name it. Mm-hmm. And we get as creative as we possibly can just to show you that it can be done.
Right.
So thank you guys so much for hanging out with us. And again, this is Darius and Carmen Britt with Wealth Nation. Be sure to subscribe to our YouTube page and follow us on Instagram and Facebook at wealthnation.io.
Own your own lifestyle or someone else will.